Let's keep working, people. Are we getting there?
Yeah. Run reel 10 again. I think we're duplicating a shot here.
See, a movie doesn't come all on one big reel. It comes on a few.
You got your syncing, you got your editing.
In the industry, we call them cigarette burns.
How soon do you think we'll be able to get this cut?
Welcome back, everyone, to the third episode of the Postcast Podcast. I am Gavin Basilar.
Global phenomenon.
Global phenomenon, guys. We thank you for listening. We have a roundtable. It's back, and to my left over here is...
I'm Jamie Blanco, a editor and assistant editor.
We don't need to go through that again.
All right, yeah.
We always do.
I'm just Jamie.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just Jamie.
As of tonight, he's a sound engineer.
I'm also a sound engineer.
He's screwing the little thing on the microphone.
That's true. And I also had a really hard time with the cardboard that's surrounding our microphone right now.
No, you mean
We're trying really hard.
We're not supposed to point those things out.
wait.
No, let's give an image.
no? We're in a sound booth right now.
Totally. With very high ceilings.
Yeah.
It's a glued.
So if
Best case scenario, all the egg crates are just glued to cardboard. Best case scenario. That's all we got.
Look, it's very bare bones in here. We're doing our best to manage it as best as we can.
We are working on it.
We are working on it,
Yeah,
guys.
we're working on it.
So, guys, we really hope that you bear with us because we have a lot of shit to talk about today. But, starting right back up, I am Gavin Basilar. I'm an actor, writer, producer. Jamie Blanco, right here next to me, is...
I'm an editor and assistant editor and a sound engineer.
Now.
And then we have...
I'm Jonathan Norcross, producing a documentary.
Nice. And finally...
I'm Jim Chellas. I'm an editor, assistant editor, and filmmaker. Yeah, I do all the jobs, like I said last time.
all of the jobs.
All the jobs.
Except for sound engineer.
Except for sound.
That is...
Only Jamie can do
That is exclusive
Right, yeah,
to Jamie.
yeah.
It's true.
But hey...
Can't do sound.
But hey, guys, I'm glad that we all could get together and do this again.
It's the third Friday in a row.
Third one in a row. Just very impressive because we are very lazy people.
So I'm going to say this off the bat right now. I am a bit under the weather. I'm a bit sick.
Speaking of which, it's raining outside. It's raining cats and dogs.
Oh my god. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Pitter patter.
Sweet Jesus. I'm just letting you guys know that if I'm really quiet or if I don't talk or if I sound like I've
You'll
been...
talk. And you will be loud.
Yeah, you'll have plenty to say.
Thank you.
You want to know why? Because there's beer afoot.
That's true. But just letting you know,
I didn't mean that
very
as an
sick.
insult.
No, I didn't think you did. I didn't
mean it as
I didn't think you
insult.
did at all.
I thought you
I looked at
did.
you lovingly. I loved you when I looked at you.
Thanks, John.
Anyway, guys, we thank you for joining us here. We're going to try to get this thing actually started.
Yeah.
This week, I feel like it's been a little light in terms of like the news, and we haven't really been able to come up with a ton of topics to talk about. However, what we do have, we have plenty of opinions about. And we're going to start off with the Slaughterhouse Rules trailer. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are back at it again with another project. And I don't know about you guys, but I will watch anything that Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are attached to.
Yeah, totally. I don't need to see a trailer.
No.
Like, I just hearing those two guys together, I'm just like immediately like, yeah, let's do it.
The trailer was mediocre, but it doesn't matter.
It's true.
Yeah.
It kind of was. Like, I watched it. I'm like, all right, well, you get a pat. It felt kind of like I'm blanking out again on the name. We talked about it last week. The one with John Boyega and it's in France. Attack the Block. So it felt like that. It felt like a version of that
Who's directing
involved. So, it's not who you think it is.
Not Edgar Wright.
No.
Who is it then?
Why wouldn't it be Edgar Wright? God damn it. Sorry. Who is
I
it?
didn't look it up. Sorry.
Can we get a fact check?
Yeah, can we get a fact check?
I got this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this.
Jim's got the fact check.
But I mean, when they did what's that trilogy was like, they did Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and the last one at World's End.
At World's End.
Cornetto.
Yeah, the Cornetto trilogy.
Right.
That
What was the Alien movie?
at World's End.
No. They had an actual alien in the movie.
Oh, that was Paul.
Paul.
Paul
But
the
that
alien.
wasn't part of their.
No, I don't think it was.
No,
it just had Simon Pegg
It's
in
kind
it.
of the same thing as this, where it's like it's a separate thing. It's the same two actors, but it's not part of the Cornetto.
Gotcha.
Right.
It's not canon.
So then, is this
Okay.
movie
It's not a connected
like
universe.
a fourth movie to that series?
Yeah, I guess technically it would be.
Right.
Yeah.
No, because technically, then Paul would have been that. This is kind of in the same wheelhouse as poll where it's like, all right, well, it's these same two actors and they wrote it and they're working on. I think Simon Pegg might have directed it actually.
Somebody what?
Simon Pegg may have directed it.
Really?
Maybe this is the first of a new installment.
Maybe.
Well, I mean,
Because if they're not working with Edgar Wright, it's not quite the same creative team.
Yeah.
right. I mean, I assume he's handling the writing, so at least that much is in good hands.
And editing wise, it's going to be totally different.
What's Edgar Wright up to these days?
I don't know. Is he working on a sequel to fucking Baby
He is.
Driver? Yeah,
He is?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice.
that's pretty much all he's got, I guess.
Yeah.
Right now.
What's the
But that was like a passion project for
We're
him
gonna-
too.
who's
Yeah.
directing it?
Slaughterhouse Rules. is
Oh, we're looking it up.
Slaughterhouse Rules is directed by, and I don't know.
You lost
It
it?
says the name right there.
Oh, Crispin Mills.
I don't know who that is.
Who's that?
Crispin Mills directed. Let's see what happens here on IMDb. Oh, Fantastic Fear of Everything. Fantastic Fear of Everything was really awesome. Simon Pegg movie that he's fascinated with serial killers because he's writing a book about it, and the whole movie he's just really paranoid and weird, and it's just Simon Pegg being kind of just generally awesome.
Yeah.
So
Sounds right up your alley.
He is generally
it,
awesome.
it really was. Actually, I watched it really high one night, and that's the story for everything. But I watched it really high one night, and it really terrified me because it played off all the things a stoner would be afraid of, like shadows and your blinds, and then maybe like I don't know, even your socks. I don't know. There was a scene with socks. I think
People are afraid of their socks.
you would be surprised how much murder happens with
No, they're
socks.
scary.
I'd
They're
be
scary.
be afraid of losing socks in like the dryer, but I don't know about being afraid. Why? That seems like an illogical fear.
You can strangle
So
someone
he's
with a
only
sock.
directed the two
Yeah.
movies.
You get
Okay.
No, I've done it.
Okay. No.
What?
No, you stretch. You get like a long tube sock. You can stretch around.
No, you didn't
sock.
explain how.
Yeah,
It's
you
more
just,
the why
you've
and
done it.
when.
You just said you did. You
You
did.
just,
you
you
just-
just said you strangled someone with a
you
sock.
just admitted to
No,
felony
all
murder.
I'm saying.
You
is-
just admitted attempted murder.
all
Wow, that was a
all I'm
felony
saying-
murder.
On episode
That was
3.
felony
Hold on a
murder.
second.
That
All I'm
didn't
saying is
take
one
long.
could strangle
okay.
an individual with a lengthy elastic tube sock.
But
No,
then-
I'm sorry, but you said I did it.
Yeah, but then you said I've done it.
That was very.
I don't remember saying that.
That was
we can play this back.
Check the tape.
That was exclamatory. It was like I did it.
We can play this. I don't remember.
You were OJ for a second.
Fix it in
I don't
post. It's
remember
fine.
saying it.
Yeah, we'll fix
You
it.
basically said if I did
OJ
it,
said,
but
if
I did it. He said if I did it.
I didn't say if.
Smaller.
I just said I did it.
Tiny F.
So
Small
there's a difference
if.
between me
But you
and
know,
you.
I totally
But you
get
said
the
I
whole
did
thing.
it.
I have more balls than OJ. because,
Exactly, but
You know, I'm just
What-
gonna.
Said it
But I
live.
don't know what you're talking about. So let's
rewind. You have more balls than OJ because you said that you did it.
I did it.
You did.
I
do
said
it.
I did.
You did it.
He stretched a sock.
It happened.
Right.
I don't know about you, man.
There's also that other way, like in Full Metal Jacket.
Did someone say deal?
Deal.
No one
Everyone
did.
said, "What the fuck,
anyone
John?"
say
No one said it at
No
all.
one said deal.
No.
Buck's super cool.
No.
I'll tell you who's got balls though. The people who are attempting to bring Jean-Luc Picard back into Star Trek.
Yeah, that's a thing.
What the fuck is this about now? I honestly thought, because I'm not an admitted Trekkie like by any means. I honestly thought that they were going to introduce him into Star Trek Discovery, but obviously
make any
that's
sense.
no, it wouldn't make any sense. But I mean, what the fuck? Time travel? It's a thing in Star
that's
Trek.
true. That's true.
I just I figured that would be a good 1-2 punch to get the more of a crowd invested into Star Trek Discovery. I think the reaction for the first season was tepid.
So this is a whole new series for Picard, or
Brand new series.
brand new
Brand new
series?
series.
Wow.
It's set. I think they're trying to set it the amount of time that's happened, so about 20 years after
Well, because he's old as fuck.
the last film. So it's
Really?
yeah, they're really trying to do.
What was the last film?
Oh my god, the Generation.
Ooh.
It wasn't Generations because Generations was like the third
Nemesis?
last film. I think it was Nemesis.
Wow.
Nemesis was good though.
Is that the one Tom Hardy was in?
Yeah, the one with the Borg.
The Borg.
Yeah, that's
Hardy.
Nemesis. Yeah.
He was a very young Tom Hardy.
And this is airing on the All Access digital streaming thing.
Yeah, the $10, the other $10 you have to spend. To watch
what the
TV.
fuck? What else do they even have?
What all access thing? What are you guys talking about?
CBS is launching
CBS.
its own streaming service.
Yeah, they did it
Launched.
specifically. They launched it with Star Trek.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was their flagship.
Why is everyone trying to release a streaming service nowadays?
Because it's $10 per viewer and every month.
Yeah, but
It's all going to come back.
it's going to go backwards.
we have
exactly.
cable
Totally.
on television. It's going to wind up being cable on the internet.
You know,
It's just gonna be internet cable at some
People
point.
are going to say, why do I
Absolutely.
have 15 different things, and then they're going to bundle them together and we're going to have cable.
that's the thing. It's essentially you're all still paying for cable still, especially if you have any more than one or two of these damn services, like
Yeah.
you're paying cable already. Like you're just doing it anyway.
Verve already did it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Big
got
thing.
like 5 or 6 things on it.
Yeah.
And you pay like $10 a month
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
it is. I
But
don't
with
know.
this show, it's kind of weird because it's like. So CBS All Access decided to do Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery was. Sorry, guys. Star Trek Discovery was kind of like their test platform for how they could do a show. Interestingly enough, that correlates to the new WB episode. The new WB, well, actually DC.
Right. DC
New-
Unlimited.
The DC Unlimited is piloting really big shows with really big names.
Hmm.
So you have Discovery being the CBS platform, and then you have Titans coming out next year
Oh, Titans.
for the DC platform.
Is it really that far out? It's next year.
I think it's either the end of this year or next year. I can't
Wow.
remember.
Do you guys think the DC streaming service is just gonna like straight up bomb?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Realistically, no, because there's a bunch of there's enough DC fans out there that are gonna just clamor
You
to this.
mean bomb financially versus
I don't-
creatively?
I mean both.
I don't even think so.
Creatively, it's going to be terrible.
Creatively,
Creatively, it's gonna be
Financially,
terrible.
it'll be fun.
You know-
Financially, it's gonna be great.
You know, I think the first like year and change of it, it's gonna have some awful content, and then the internet's gonna explode,
Yeah.
and people are gonna
The internet's gonna
complain.
explode?
It's
Oh.
literally going to explode.
Yeah, but don't forget.
Literally.
Your router's gonna be like, "Fuck this, I gave up."
Yeah, I quit.
Yeah.
Your router's like out the window, suicided.
Honestly,
Done.
it's gonna live. It's that service is gonna live
It's a
and
kid
die.
in like 1992. Like, you know what? I just listened to.
But yeah, it just wraps it around.
Wraps it around its neck, much like you can do with a tube sock.
But yes, you can.
Once again, going back to the tube sock.
We're not going back to the.
What happened?
We've moved past that.
Move past it.
Fair.
Honestly, that DC streaming service is gonna live and die by the new media that they produce because they're just what do they have? They basically have their entire library.
No, they
Yeah.
have Titans and they have all the animation, which I think might be.
Don't they also have the movies?
Well, that's why I think it's like the
question.
first
Because I'm
2
pretty sure
years-
they do. Like I think that's one of the ads that I see like on the Instagram that they include. They include all the filmography of like every DC
Interesting.
thing that they've ever done.
Like the Justice League movie that just came out and all that stuff.
Like all. I mean, I don't know how much new material is going to be on there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely going to have all of the Batman
Well,
movies, the Superman, the Richard Donner Superman movies, like all of that stuff is gonna be there. So that alone is gonna get people to
I don't know.
watch it.
I don't know. I think they're fucking up. I think if like
Well, they've been doing that.
the smartest thing DC should do is like team up with Hulu or something, and like
They should give up.
their channel should be part of another
They
channel.
get a lot more money if
they already own part of Hulu.
They do?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything.
No, they do. Because like,
They own part of Hulu.
CBS owns part of Hulu, therefore, kind of like.
DC.
Why do you think like the Arrow and Flash, the five episode thing of
Yeah.
Hulu is a thing?
So how come they don't have the DC thing on Hulu?
The new thing is like a lot of companies are bailing on Netflix and Hulu and saying let's just launch our own streaming service
Right.
Yeah.
because they'll make a lot more doing their own than
But that's such
selling
a-
the rights to Netflix.
But that's such a temporary fix. Like
It absolutely is.
we were all just saying earlier, like, hey, they're gonna, this is like a thing they're gonna do right now, and eventually they're gonna band them all back together, and
Our sound engineers turn.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm moving things around.
the junior sound engineer is fixing the
I'm the
cardboard.
junior.
He's fucking up
So-
the senior sound
Yeah.
engineer.
I am so
for it.
sorry.
the assistant
I just-
to the
I just-
sound engineer.
Yeah.
I wanted him to have clear audio.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be clear.
Oh, it's gonna be clear.
Crystal clear.
Yeah. You hear all the.
Dude, no, I honestly
cardboard.
think it's just. I think it's more like they need to produce the content because if they don't, that's really what keeps people invested. Nostalgia can only go so far.
Well, what's
Unless they move all that stuff exclusively to the streaming service, that's another bold move that they could make.
This is what I think is gonna happen with DC, their streaming service. I think the first year or two creatively, it's gonna suck ass.
Totally.
And then after that, once they start losing subscribers, they're gonna just like creatively just do whatever they want and actually have a good time doing things because you're gonna be like, oh fuck it, it's the last season of whatever,
right?
and that's when you're gonna see their best content, and they
that's
might
when
start getting real people.
That's
to
when the
buy.
fans will bring it back.
Yeah.
Well, if you're done narrating, I would love to talk about Jordan Peele being the new narrator for The Twilight Zone.
Oh my
Is
God.
he the new narrator for the Twilight
Yeah,
Zone?
Yeah.
Is there a new Twilight
Such a
Zone?
good transition.
Yeah, there's a new
Apparently.
Twilight Zone. Jordan Peele is doing it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
he's the
why
guy.
him narrating it is something that people are concerned with.
It's
because they
just-
relaunched this once before, and
No one's
Forrest
concerned about
Whitaker
it.
was the narrator.
He's concerned about it,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, but I don't know what's the difference if he narrates it or not.
Well, he's the guy. He's the main guy.
He's the main guy, yeah.
I know, but they relaunched it once before, and Forrest Whitaker was the narrator.
What was this?
You know,
When?
When, yeah.
90s? Was it the 90s
when they
when you talking
relaunched Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
about?
yeah,
90s?
yeah.
Like 95?
Was it the
96?
It
90s?
was it was like the aughts.
To
maybe?
Google.
Early aughts.
Yeah, you have to Google it. Just the
Late
90s.
90s aughts. Whenever Forrest Whitaker was at the peak of his.
Yeah.
Whitakerness?
At the yeah.
Is this pre, like,
I think
King
this
of
is like
Scotland?
Panic Room era, so early aughts maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, the narrator it's a very important job, and for something as prestigious as the Twilight Zone that has been around for decades, it's
You need someone with some gravitas.
you do, but at the same time, Jordan Peele is a really big name at this point.
But but when you look at him, you think comedy. That's
Exactly, that's the thing. It's a little bit of a divide, I guess. It's
All right, let's brainstorm some good ideas
as far as what who
for Twilight Zone narrator.
for Twilight Zone narrators. Ian McKellen.
Oh, wow. That's
interesting.
amazing.
That's interesting.
Huh. Jordan Peele.
That one's taken already, man. Were you not paying attention?
Oh,
I
here we
wasn't.
go. I'm sorry. Rod Sterling. That's the guy. So me and Jamie were kind of like making eye contact the entire time, like
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. Like,
You're not
Rod
supposed to
Sterling.
talk about this.
no, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Oh, whatever, man.
I'm talking about it because it's funny. Because it's
Rod
like
Sterling.
me and Jamie are sitting here mouthing to each other like, who the fuck is the main guy? We don't.
Rod Sterling.
Who is Rod Sterling?
But Rod
So-
Sterling, I think, started in radio, so he has a beautiful, rich voice.
Like
And
you.
it like just so happens.
Just like you.
Just like me.
Just like you.
I am available to do this.
I'm not gonna
Twilight
say
Zone
you
shit.
shouldn't do it,
Yeah.
but with that
Welcome
whole,
to the Twilight Zone. I would do it just like that.
Yeah.
yeah, with the whole,
We're
thing,
going into another dimension.
I think you should go into sock voice.
Like live from New
what?
York at
go
Saturday
into sock
night.
voice.
Sock
the
voice.
sock voice.
We're not talking about the
Your
socks.
weird sock voice.
Jim, you really gotta stop harping
I'm
on sock,
just
man.
saying, it was murdery.
It was that's exactly what it was. But
So what are some other ideas for Twilight Zone?
I don't have anyone. Well, because he's hosting.
Hardy.
you guys,
Tom Hardy.
we won't be
Why
able to
not?
understand
With the
anything.
Bane voice?
Yeah.
With the yeah.
Oh, you know what? Alfred. From the
Oh.
Dark Knight series.
Fucking
I thought you
Jeremy
said-
Irons.
Michael-
no,
no,
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Wait,
yeah, that'd
wait
be
a
great.
second.
I would like Jeremy Irons
You
actually.
didn't know Michael
Both of them
Caine's
be
name,
great.
you just said Alfred.
I said Alfred.
That's what occurred to
And
me first
Alfie.
before Michael Caine
Yes,
is a legendary
yes.
actor.
Yeah.
A legendary
I know,
actor.
I know it's
You
awful.
could have said Alfie. You could have said.
I said Alfred.
No, Alfie is like Alfie the character.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
No, Alfie.
As long as he didn't call
No,
him,
Alfie.
as long as he didn't
Yeah,
call
whatever.
him Al. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever.
But
Okay.
I think look,
Alfred from the Dark Knight
You know what would be
series.
great is what's that British guy's name who did the trip? Steve Coogan.
Oh,
Steve
that'd be
Coogan
great.
doing a
That
Michael
would be
Caine
good.
impression.
that's deep cuts.
Yeah.
For the as the narrator of the Twilight Zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steve Coogan as Michael
I
Caine.
want
was the
Steve
narrator.
As Michael Caine.
Yeah,
I would
Steve
watch the
Coogan.
shit out of that. That's it. That's all I got. I would watch the shit out of it.
Steve Coogan.
Yeah.
I'll do Steve Coogan as Jordan Peele.
You're gonna get into trouble with that one.
Totally.
I know.
So will Steve
No,
Coogan.
but I like Jordan Peele a lot. I think it'd be a really good thing. I think it's funny because like the weird part about it is I can't get past Key and Peele. So whenever
Totally.
so if
Yeah.
they do a new Twilight Zone series with
It would be humorous.
it would be weird because
Yeah.
I would think it's the beginning of a skit every time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
John was talking about the gravitas that the narrator needs, and unfortunately, like unless you change the tone of what that show is going to be,
Yeah.
you don't really think Jordan Peele.
I mean, they could just reinvent it and not have a narrator. There's all sorts of things they could do.
No,
Oh,
you
totally.
can't do that.
You don't have to show him either.
They could, yeah.
It wouldn't be Twilight Zone.
I don't think they
without
would
that.
though.
Yeah, you could just have his voice.
They probably won't.
Disembodied voice.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Twilight Zone without that. The whole thing about Twilight Zone was to do the narrator, the open visual narrator at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leading you into the episode because because it's supposed to be a fantasy and it's always supposed to be a fantasy.
Yeah, but like most things, like you could change that over time. Like this,
What-
this is a series. This is now in 2018, 2019. You don't have to do that thing.
No, I mean you
Yeah.
don't. But
Is that
I know it's a
I
staple.
got it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I got it.
John's got it.
Werner Herzog. Yes.
I want to hit you.
As the narrator of the Twilight Zone.
I'm gonna hate you with your own
Fucking
suck.
perfect.
Your own murder suck. I'm gonna hate you with
Perfect.
it. Ah, Jesus.
It's the
I
opposite
like it.
of perfect.
I like it.
But
By the way, name of the episode: Murder Suck.
murder sock.
Yeah, we do need an episode name.
We'll figure that out.
John
Right now we
Socks.
have Murder Sock, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll yeah. Everything's on the fly here.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, this isn't like a slight against Jordan Peele at all. It's just you don't think that's not the name you think of.
Yeah. He's definitely coming out of left field.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe he goes full Christian Bale Batman
You know
voice.
what? I do actually have an idea for that. It would be what would be really interesting would be to have Morgan Freeman. Just do Morgan Freeman.
But he's a cliche.
He's a cliche.
Totally.
It's too
But
calm.
that's the
It's
best
too
part
soothing.
about
What
it.
about Hugh Jackman?
It's too
Oh
soothing.
fuck!
As the
No, these
Hugh
people are too
Jackman-
nice. These
It-
people
it-
are too nice.
he needs to do it in his Australian accent.
Yep.
That's what I was going to say.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's
Australian
exactly what I was
accents
going
are
to say.
creepy.
Boomskis.
All Australian people are a little
Yeah.
bit creepy. We know this.
Yeah.
It's true, they are.
All of them.
And or you know what would be great?
I know what you're thinking about over there.
Touching a little too much in my personal life. Right?
You know, actually, you know what I think would be great? I mean, it's honestly, it'd be really funny. Macaulay Culkin.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
Yeah, dude.
No,
I don't
it's
think
too-
so.
No
too
way.
goofy.
No, that's the point though. Like to have.
You might as well
He-
say Elijah Wood.
He has the capacity to be.
Elijah Wood.
No. I think if you were to put Macaulay Culkin in that role,
As a narrator of the Twilight Zone?
exactly.
You know who'd be good? Viggo Mortensen.
That's not bad.
That's
either.
actually really good.
That's not bad either.
Yeah.
That's really good. Actually.
You know what though? Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood are very capable of being creepy as shit.
Yeah,
They really are. Like it's not. I don't
Party
think
Monster.
it's.
But
What's
it's
that?
too
That's
distracting.
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Party-
Party Monster.
Party Monster. Yeah.
But I'm thinking Party
So he's
Monster
just
in a
like
suit.
so he's like he's like the Twilight Zone narrator who's flamboyantly gay, does heroin, and might kill you.
Sorry.
No, this wasn't a side
This
conversation.
was a side conversation.
It wasn't. I'm sorry.
Go on.
You whispered I would totally. Anyway,
I would watch the shit out of it.
No, my point is, I think that he'd be really good for it because I think it'd be not anything against Jordan Peele. I think Jordan Peele's great.
Yeah.
As long as he's not on camera. I think once you get him on camera, it becomes a skit and it becomes
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
But I think Macaulay Culkin can pull it off because I think you can. If you guys have ever seen his short about him being the kid from Home Alone as an adult and he's a serial killer.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that Macaulay Culkin being kind of like, just a little bit creepy.
He needs to be the good son.
Yeah, but
The good son, yeah.
But like, it's Macaulay Culkin. Like, you can't.
You can. That's the point.
I don't think.
Maybe they
I
just
feel
need
like,
to uncredit the
It's an
narrator.
unorthodox choice.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
feel like it would. I feel like it's coming from the same place, not necessarily the same place, but like it would get the same feeling that Jordan Peele has. It's like you're watching someone who's
No.
he's kind of creepy, but he's totally out of place in this world.
Absolutely.
I
You
don't
know?
think Jordan Peele's creepy at all. I think he's
He's
just,
not, but
He's
we
not.
don't.
He's
but we
he's
don't-
humorous.
Yeah.
and whereas Macaulay Culkin is like he's a little creepy, but it's
Yeah.
Macaulay fucking Culkin. You might as well put Michael
Are
Jackson.
you calling him Koken? Is
Yeah,
that
what are you
think
doing
it is?
there?
Koken?
Culkin.
Culkin.
Well,
Culkin.
Oh,
he
okay,
did plenty
okay.
of coking.
But he did a lot of coke.
He did.
Do you know about the Pizza Underground?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Macaulay Culkin
His
is
band?
in a Velvet Underground cover band.
Oh yeah, the
But
pizza.
all the songs are about pizza.
All about pizza.
What I'm saying is,
I think they got booed off the stage at South by
There needs to be
Southwest.
more. There need to be more songs about pizza because pizza is fantastic.
There's not enough songs about pizza.
Not enough songs.
The postcast is sponsored by Papa John's. One
We're
is
not.
fresh,
We're
one
really
is
not.
hot, spicy pepperoni.
we were not.
Then don't get it there
Don't get it there. Get
Yeah.
DiGiorno's.
Oh wow!
because it's not delivery.
It's
What a burn.
DiGiorno's.
What a burn.
I'm sure that the unorthodox choice of Jordan Peele as the new narrator for Twilight Zone might be considered a bomb to certain people,
I
but
don't
you know who else is good at producing bombs? Sony
Oh,
with their latest debacle.
You hate Sony.
you hate Sony
This
so
is the second
hard.
episode where you're
Dude.
going after Sony.
It's not about
Yeah.
it's not about hating Sony. It's about stating the
what
facts.
did they do to you?
Oh my god!
They
What did
ruined.
Sony do to
They
you?
You make your
ruined.
PS4. You love your PS4.
They ruined Spider-Man, and you know
But
what
you
they?
love your PS4 and the game.
I do love my PS4.
the game's coming out.
I actually don't look. I don't hate Sony. I just wish they would get their act together, because I almost feel like every time I look at their Sony
That's
logo
fair.
coming across the screen, it's too.
You sad.
It's no. It's too beautiful for the crap that they produce. Like their logo needs to be shittier to kind of reflect the work that
What
they
is
produce.
happening there?
Nothing.
What?
What I'm trying to discuss here is the
What
love
was
for
that?
Sony.
my love
That
for
was
Sony.
just So I don't even know what that was.
I did the Slender Man dance. That's what I did.
That's what it
He
was.
was trying to mime what we're talking about. Slender Man.
Slender Man is what we're talking about here. Their newest fucking box office bomb.
fuck.
Beware the Slender Man.
Yep.
Slender Man.
Wow.
Did anyone
guys.
watch it?
No.
Fuck no.
Slender Man's creepy.
He
Fucking
is.
creepy, like that dance I did.
That was weird.
Yeah, very
I was like,
creepy.
Slender Man.
If you contribute to the Patreon, we can totally get you a video of
We will
Jamie
do 30
doing
minutes of-
Slender Man
We're hitting
dancing.
the Patreon
Yeah,
real hard.
I'll dance like Slender Man
Yeah,
for 30
really?
minutes.
Yeah, you gotta dance for us.
Yeah.
Slender Man
Dance,
dance.
man, dance.
Do a Slender.
Dance puppets, dance.
Only for money.
Only for money. I'll do that.
Patreon money.
Patreon money, guys.
So Slender Man is interesting
Why?
because they're trying more and more to have horror films where the internet
Ugh.
is sort of like the creepy presence,
Dark web.
that haunts people,
The-
like unfriended movies,
Unfriended, right.
Searching.
Like creepy pasta,
Slender Man.
urban legend style.
They're starting to do that, and like the movies are like varying degrees of successful, but it's like an interesting idea.
That's actually what I find so baffling about this
Yeah.
particular character. You mentioned the creepypasta fucking website. Is that this character is completely made up. He's a modern day urban legend that was created because of a Photoshop challenge.
Really?
By yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Was that what it was?
But by just some guy who just decided to add this character into just these random ass pictures.
Yep.
And
Wow,
then
I've seen like one with the kids in the
playground?
Playground.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
there's tons of them, but then this I'm saying that on the creepypasta website, the wiki, then that's when people start contributing. The wiki is when people started contributing their own stories, to kind of build the legend or what have you, and it's kind of insane that that this fucking completely made up, fabricated legend spawned two attempted murderers.
Is it two?
It's
Oh,
two. There was
Yeah.
two 12-year-old girls
Yeah.
from fucking Wisconsin that tried
Yeah.
to murder their friend.
Well, it was Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I
Talk about
guess.
0 to 100, huh?
Oh, I'd like to apologize to all of our Wisconsin listeners.
Yeah, we know you guys have had it
We
hard.
love cheese. We love the Packers. God
I'm
bless
just
you.
saying.
I don't love the
Donate to our
Packers.
Patreon.
I love you guys. I got a Green Bay Packers blanket at home
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
For
say.
reasons.
because I like to stay warm,
So it's inconsequential that the
and it's
Packers.
because I love the Packers.
You like to say cheese warm.
Cheese warm.
Cheese warm.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese.
Yeah. Very, very soft and gooey on the inside.
So the Slenderman HBO doc.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
pretty good.
fucking great, actually.
Very good.
It's really good.
So is that Slenderman video game?
What is the game?
All
You're a
right,
small
great.
child and you run away
So,
from Slenderman?
so it's like a first-person view, and you're in a forest, and you have to collect 8 pages, and the Slenderman's just following you around, and you can't let him get you. That's the whole game.
What are the pages?
It's just like there's notes written on it about, and this was in the beginning when Slenderman was just starting to become a thing. So it's like these weird little, creepy messages, like "Don't look in the fucking warehouse." So you go into the warehouse and collect another page, and so forth and so forth. It's a lot of fun.
It's
and very
weird.
Creepy.
That's super weird because that hack actually has almost nothing to do with the actual, the actual details around the Slender Man. Because apparently, the way it works is he recruits a bunch of proxies, I guess his followers, and they all just do whatever he wants. In order to gain his respect and not be
Right.
murdered by him.
He's sort of like the Blair
Well,
Witch.
Kinda, yeah.
He doesn't actually kill people.
He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't actually-
He has just that strong influence over everyone else.
That's right.
Well-
Slenderman.
That was actually going to be one of my arguments earlier. I was going to say something like, this movie should have been something closer to Blair Witch,
Totally.
like a found footage style
Oh,
movie.
okay. That'd be
Should
dope.
we sidetrack into how much we love the Blair Witch Project? Or
We're not doing that at all.
I mean, do you want to do that, John?
no, that's a series.
Because me and John,
I hate that movie.
we'll table
I
that.
hate
We'll
that.
table that discussion.
I hate that movie.
But Jamie and John were
Terrible.
talking about the marketing of that movie, and how brilliant it was. And it's funny because the marketing for Slender Man was actually pretty good. Like the trailer, I don't know if any of you guys watched it.
yeah, it looked okay.
And here's the thing.
I didn't like the trailer.
Here's the thing, though.
Well, it wasn't great.
No, it wasn't
fine.
great,
No.
but it was fine.
It didn't make it clear how terrible the film is supposed to be.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. But here's the thing that that ended up happening, almost half the material that's in that trailer was actually cut from the movie.
Really?
Yeah, the actual movie itself, none of it is in there.
Oh, they Suicide Squad.
They
reading about
panicked.
that.
They got cold feet and they just fucking axed a bunch of stuff in the movie.
I remember reading someone saying that this is the worst like film since The Snowman, that weird Michael Fassbender
that was
film.
weird.
Yeah, that's
It
a
made, like,
shame.
no sense, and there was a weird story about how like they just didn't shoot a third of the script for The Snowman.
Wasn't
God,
some
they
of-
might have. They just didn't put it in there
Jesus.
because they
So
just took it all
someone
out.
drew a comparison to this,
Yeah.
saying that this is just so incomprehensible at times.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, the movie itself. I mean, it's a little tasteless, but it doesn't have to do with the actual story
You
of
seen
the.
Slenderman?
No, I haven't
What are we
seen it.
talking about now?
We're talking about Slenderman. Sorry.
We're talking about the.
So you have not seen Slenderman?
No. I've just.
What movie are you talking about?
Talking about Slenderman.
No, but just now you were like,
Beware the Slenderman.
okay, never mind.
Wait, hold on.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. What's
Well,
up?
let's just clarify something.
Clarify it.
The HBO documentary. What's that called?
Where the Slenderman.
Beware the Slenderman. Sorry. And
That's the
then-
one you're talking
That's
about.
really good.
That's really good. The movie I'm talking about.
And the movie's called
Actually,
Slenderman.
It's just Slenderman.
Okay.
I
narrative.
do want to talk about that
narrative.
documentary. I do.
But no. I just wanted to get this out. Is that the Waukesha, Wisconsin? I guess is where
Waukesha.
Fine.
Waukesha.
Which is where this fucking attempted murder thing happened. They refused to show this movie in those theaters. Like, I think there was like a 30-mile radius from that town where they just refused to. Any theaters just refused to carry that movie. You know, which is fine. You know, but again, it's just
why are they scared of copycats?
no. I think they just didn't want to encourage it, even though the movie has nothing to do with the actual.
copycat.
I think it's just still too like new for them.
Well,
to, like,
yeah,
make a movie.
I guess yeah,
That's probably what it
copycats.
is,
Yeah.
You know,
It's like on the one hand that's a stupid fear, but on the other
Yeah.
hand, like people have gone out and tried to murder because of Taxi Driver.
Yeah, exactly.
totally.
It's
yeah.
weird.
It's weird.
A lot of these movies, man. Didn't Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises have like some crazy?
No,
I know
Dark
that-
Knight Rises had that whole shooting.
Yeah.
I will
was
say that
terrible.
when I saw Transformers 2, that was the first time I killed someone with a tube sock.
Once
Oh,
again,
Because I was so
Yeah.
outraged.
going
Yeah.
back to tube sock.
No, let's
I
move on from
really-
it.
that
So
film- that
Slenderman.
Is it a
film-
Hanes tube sock? Is it a Under Armour tube sock? Like, what is it?
All right.
Under Armour's not stretching.
What about this documentary though
No, actually, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
that you wanted to talk about?
I did want to talk about
Jim
it.
Slenderman.
Beware Slenderman.
John Socks. That's what it's called.
He needed his own socks to murder his own.
No, he needed the socks to wear on his face because that's
Jesus Christ.
Or his feet.
that's what Slenderman is. He just wears a sock on his face.
No, he's not.
I thought it was just a blank face.
It's
It's
a
a blank face.
yeah, but
Yeah.
if you guys have actually seen
He's an
pictures,
angel.
If you ever see any actual pictures or any video that any people have shot, it's a guy with a sock on his face.
Oh.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
That's all I'm saying.
Is there like the Hanes red line across his neck? Like, hey,
But the documentary you were
But
talking
yeah,
about.
the documentary.
documentary. Sorry, the documentary.
Beware the
documentary. Beware the Slenderman.
On HBO.
Really good documentary.
Good documentary.
Really good documentary.
on HBO,
I do,
right?
it's an HBO doc. It's an HBO doc, which means it's prestigious.
If you have HBO Go, it's right there
Go watch it.
Prestigious.
at the ready.
It's really good. It's really good, but I'm gonna shit on it for a second because it was interesting from an editorial standpoint. I'm bringing this up now because it's postcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heard that?
Talking about editing.
talking about editing.
He said the title of the show.
I did it.
Oh, that's why they call it
Yeah.
I
that.
did it, guys.
Yeah.
No, but from an editorial standpoint, it was really interesting to watch because I'm a big true crime fan. I listened in the last episode, and it was funny because you could see that they had no emotional impact towards the third act because the girl didn't die. It wasn't a murder; it was an attempted murder.
It was attempted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then they did a really good job of showing the one girl. I'm so sorry, I can't remember her name.
Morgan.
But
There was Morgan. There was Morgan Geyser and Anissa Meyer.
Morgan was the one who was a sociopath.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah, Morgan was completely like they were like
She's the dark-haired girl.
Yeah. No.
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 She, Anissa was the dark-haired girl.
Morgan was the girl
yeah, but
with
Morgan
the
was the
dark
one
hair.
where like they showed the interrogation footage and she was just kind of just
psychopath.
emotionless,
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
emotionless.
And like, so they did a really good job of like building it up for the first two acts, and you're like watching it, and you're like, this is amazing, this is great, and like throughout the second act, they go, oh well, you know, she's a sociopath, it's fucking crazy, she's a crazy girl, and then you realize in the third act they have no third act because the girl's alive, and like they show the girl alive, and she's like, well, I forgive them because I'm a Christian,
Yeah.
or whatever it was. Was that not the ending?
Let's just dump on Christians right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Forgiving people.
Nothing wrong with that.
Forgiving people.
Nothing wrong with forgiveness. I'm just saying that it was
Some people just need a good socking, right?
Nice.
But I'm just saying, like, you can see it from like a narrative standpoint. They were like, "What's our third act, guys? We don't really have one because she's alive." So, let's just wrap it up.
The weird thing, I mean, maybe I don't want to say necessarily it's the weird thing. The weird thing about the documentary, though, is the fact that they, God, it's always so bizarre when they show it from the point of view of the parents, and they're just showing us all of this footage of these girls who are attempted murderers growing up. You know, they're just like babies. It's that whole aspect of just showing them growing up is so fucking weird because you're just watching
Manson grew up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so fucking bizarre.
Well, I mean, those kids are kids, and they you know, like Slender Man. What's interesting about the Slender Man attempted murder? I'm not gonna call it murder.
I hate how stupid it is. I'm sorry. The urban legend is. I just hate how
It's very
stupid.
dumb.
It's
very dumb.
so dumb.
But what's really interesting about it is that it's dumb for us because we're men in our 30s.
Yeah,
But you have kids growing up,
we're very impressionable, and the internet is just.
and they
Funny
don't
is
realize
the
that this is a
worst.
joke.
Yeah.
You know, they grew up with the idea like this is like a thing, so they only know the fact like of the myth, not the fact that it's like, you know, made by a dude.
Yeah. By just some guy.
Some guy who was like really stoned one day, like, you know, it'd be really cool if some guy had like dick arms.
Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty upsetting that
It absolutely
like
is.
I'm not even talking about the documentary anymore. I'm talking more about the narrative. Like, it's just kind of. It seems really. I haven't watched the movie, so I can't really fucking. It's really unfair for me to say this, but it seems really
Go
soulless. Go on. It seems
Make
really.
your point.
It seems really soulless. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
through the trailer, it just feels like, oh, Sony wants to capitalize
Catching it. That's all they're doing.
on a trend right now.
Sony again, Jesus.
I'm doing it, and
I would be proud to work for a Sony corporation.
you know what? They seem like a great company. I would love to work
I
with
love
them.
my PS4
Sony,
so
I
much.
love you guys. I love Sony.
So
love
go
the-
see Slenderman this Friday in theaters.
After our rousing endorsement,
Yeah.
that has clearly overstayed its welcome.
What were you saying,
And you know what?
You know what overstayed its welcome?
What?
I don't know. What is it?
Oh, I was.
Holy shit! Best transition ever.
a lot of TV and film, man.
Oh my
You
god!
gotta get one of those
So
air
good.
quotes. One of those.
So today,
We are going to move forward because that's part of the next stage of this episode is
It'll be a long one. It's alright.
long one.
TV shows and films that have overstayed their welcome.
Yeah.
TV shows, film franchises that have overstayed their welcome.
Yeah.
And we're about
So, what would you guys like to start with?
Let's start with the Saw franchise.
You think it did overstay its welcome?
It had 8 films.
I didn't realize
Eight
it
fucking
had
films.
I was
8.
alarmed to learn today that it had 8 films.
That is alarming.
I did not
Well,
know
it
that.
originally had 7, and then they have
Jigsaw.
the new one. Yeah, Jigsaw.
People
8
love
films.
murder porn.
Yeah.
It's 8 films.
It's weird.
I mean, are they films?
Yeah.
You gonna categorize them
There's
as
something
films?
or other. I
There's
mean,
something.
if Danny Glover's in your movie, then it's a film.
It's a fucking film.
Shout out to Danny Glover, who's now been mentioned on all 3 episodes of the podcast.
Yes, because
He is the
much love to Danny Glover.
Yep, the king of acting.
The king.
Well, he's an actor.
Let's call him the king. Come on.
He's the prince of acting.
We call him the prince.
The prince of acting.
The prince.
Eddie Murphy was a prince in Coming to America, but that's not a franchise. That overstayed its welcome.
Yeah, but Saw definitely overstayed.
Have you
its
seen, how
welcome.
many of these Saw films have you seen?
I've seen. I watched 1, 2, and I think 3. But then it becomes a blur because
Yeah.
Right,
it's
they
just
all
the same
bunch of-
it's all the
nonsense at
same
some point.
You have seen like every bad horror film. in
I
the
have. I
universe.
really like bad
How
horror
many
films.
Paranormal Activities have you seen?
I've seen all of them.
How many are there?
like 5?
I think there's 6.
Is that a franchise that's
God.
overstayed its welcome?
Way overstayed its welcome.
Oh, okay, but I thought you liked the one that
Well,
was. The
It
Mark
overstayed
ones.
its welcome after
Yeah,
the
so-
second one.
This was another thing I was going to talk about. That there's some series, even though they overstay their welcome, you'll always find a little fucking gem in the poo. You know what I mean?
Well, like Blumhouse is good with that stuff.
Yeah.
Because Blumhouse likes to experiment.
Yep.
So Blumhouse can keep going, and maybe some will be derivative, but every now and again they'll do something weird that's worth your time.
Yeah, and I think it's because again with the whole thing with DC, it's like once something has fallen so low, you could get really really creative.
You just don't care
Paranormal.
anymore.
Plus, they cost
Yeah.
what, like $12 to make?
Well, the first Paranormal I know cost $16K. The first one cost, which is nothing, and then
That's less than we spent on.
16,
Damn.
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
That's less
In
than we
my
spent on
opinion.
Umbrella or 3 Minute Short.
Yeah, dude, we
Which is
spent a lot of
insane.
money on Umbrella.
Dude, there are TV shows that are like 10K an episode.
Yep,
That's fucked up.
yep. And most of the money was spent on. Did you guys watch Paranormal?
I watched the
Yeah,
first
first
one,
one, yeah,
maybe the second one.
So the
First two, yeah.
The first one, the majority of the money was spent on building a staircase to the attic for that attic scene.
Jesus.
Really?
That's all that money was spent on.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, that was their money shot.
Yeah. The house I think was like the director's or something. They bought a camera,
Yeah.
and that was like
I have to say, it's a good movie.
it's a very good movie.
Which
I like
one?
it. The first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, first one's fine. Yeah, first one's good.
It's not genius, but like it was good. I don't know. It scared people. It cost nothing. They
Yeah.
made a bunch of money off of it.
Another good horror movie that's
There you go.
got an excellent marketing scheme.
What's that?
They were like, "Hey, you got to watch this paranormal movie. Look how
Oh
scared people
yeah,
are."
definitely.
Jim destroys our sound equipment.
We need junior sound engineer.
Yeah, can you junior the fuck out of this equipment, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
No, it's good. It's good. Step away.
I remember seeing the.
Why don't you just sit down and stop moving?
I'm just moving a little bit. Sorry.
I remember seeing the first Paranormal
Right.
Activity when I was in LA,
Uh-huh.
and it was the theater was.
L.A. What theater in L.A. did you see that?
I don't even fucking remember.
Such disdain.
It was in
Yeah,
it was in
that was bad.
it was in Los Feliz. It was actually a nice little theater. It was like right down the block from where we lived too, so that was convenient. But
Nice.
the theater, I think it was like in the third or fourth week, so the theater was mostly empty except for like a little crew of like teenage girls
Yeah.
that literally just screamed the entire time.
Yeah, they're fun.
I mean, honestly, it
It's fun to
was.
see a movie with them.
They were honestly.
Sure, they freak out.
Yeah, they do.
Honestly, because that movie was look, yes, it's fine, it's enjoyable, but they made it more entertaining because the ridiculousness of that movie itself just I couldn't help but laugh at everything, and their reactions to them being legitimately frightened made it funnier.
Yeah.
So that was a very entertaining
I thought it was kind of scary. Right
night at the
end.
movie.
I thought it was really scary.
Right at
and
the end, definitely.
It was,
scary.
and then like the alternate endings are super creepy. But like watching it in a theater made it a lot of fun.
Here's the thing. Let me ask you this about: is it a demon or a ghost?
Ghost.
It's a ghost.
It's a bit of column A and column B.
right.
Yeah.
It's like a demon. And a ghost
Yeah,
thing. What does this thing do all day?
yeah. Well,
Okay,
you
like,
find out later in the
it just
series.
fucks
what
with
it
It
does.
haunts this woman for what, like an hour a night? What else does it do all day? Where does it go? What is it? Does
It hangs
eat?
out.
It just hangs out.
They have a
Yeah.
lot of unfinished business, man.
Is it like Beetlejuice, where they all just kind of hang out in like a waiting room? And
Yeah,
Yeah, I would think so.
it's just there. That's the thing. It just hangs out, eats breakfast with them.
yeah,
That's where my knowledge of the afterworld comes from. Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. It's a
Hell
good
of
question,
film,
John.
Beetlejuice. Now, Beetlejuice is a film that should have more.
Oh my God, yeah.
Need more Beetlejuices.
That
Beetlejuice
needs a
goes
sequel.
Hawaiian
Yeah.
because that was an actual thing that Tim Burton pitched.
Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
I would have watched.
That was the sequel that he pitched to them.
Oh my God,
to-
that's great.
Well, he pitched it to Warner Brothers as a joke because he didn't want to make it, and then they wanted to do it. And then for whatever
I have to
reason,
say, I would greenlight that.
I mean,
Yeah,
whatever, man.
I think that
Call me
deserves a
crazy,
green
I would
light.
greenlight it.
Yeah.
Why the hell not?
So, The Office is a TV show that also overstayed its welcome.
You
How
think
many
so?
seasons did that go through?
We're from Scranton, so what do you think?
I'm from Scranton, PA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's
Here's
your
the thing
opinion on
that
the
bothers
show?
me the most
Yeah.
about The Office is that, so we're watching a mockumentary.
Sure.
The whole point of a mockumentary is we're pretending this is a documentary,
Yes.
but it's not really.
Yeah.
At the end of The Office, the final season, which is terrible and never should have been made, the characters in The Office all sit around and watch a documentary about their office, but it's not what we're watching. It's something else.
Really?
It's a different documentary from what we're watching.
It's a real documentary?
Which it's like a PBS style documentary, which begs the question: what the fuck are we watching?
Right.
What we're watching is supposed to be the mockumentary.
Yeah.
That's the documentary.
We spent so many years
This is
filming
the documentary.
people.
The Office is the documentary.
Right.
That's the whole point of a mockumentary. So, like in the final season, it's like, oh, when's the documentary coming out? Here it is. It's this PBS thing. No, this is the fucking documentary. That's the whole point of a mockumentary.
It would have tied the show up pretty nicely if they did that.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you.
It went a little meta.
What is a mockumentary? It's
Okay.
a fake documentary. This is the documentary that we're watching right now.
All right, I have a question. I have a major question because you're from Scranton.
Plus,
So
Steve Carell was not in the final season, so
No.
I have to ask,
that's when you
how
know.
accurate was it to Scranton?
it's not accurate at all. They filmed it in L.A. It's much prettier in the TV show.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Cut that in post.
But that is a big
No,
indicator
keep that in. I want that on the record. Scranton is a dump. It's a dump.
I was talking about Jim Sneeze.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim Sneeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a big indicator when like the main character of the whole fucking
When
thing.
your star leaves, it's time to wrap.
yeah, like
Oh,
like that '70s show.
Ooh.
Who left that '70s show?
Eric Foreman, dude.
Yeah, he
last
did.
season he was out.
Oh,
He
did-
went to go to
I
school.
see. I didn't
High
follow
school?
it to the end
College? High
because
school?
it's not good.
It's not a good show.
Yeah, it's not good enough to watch the end.
No, I barely watched it. I watched it in passing mostly.
Yeah, I watched it when it was on my TV. Whatever Sunday night Fox stuff was on.
You know who else left a successful franchise? Michael Keaton. He left the Batman
He did.
after Batman Returns.
Yeah, but that was a smart move on his end.
Oh, it absolutely was. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, after that, the movies kind of just dipped
Yeah.
in quality.
What's the deal with Joel Schumacher? Because he is a talented director.
Sorry.
How can he be a talented person who's made good films and then this is what he does with Batman? I don't. Was he?
I don't know, man.
Well, part of the decision to make the third and fourth movies more
Cartoony,
cartoony,
childish,
childish, and that's
immature, unfunny,
keep going.
Too many neon
an
lights.
embarrassment.
Yeah.
An embarrassment to the franchise and to movies and to the United
Dude,
States, frankly.
Frankly, yes.
To all of us.
Yeah.
But it's weird, man, because that's when the marketing comes into play. Because I think the marketing for Batman Returns wasn't well received by fucking parents. Like merchandising was
Yeah.
not a big hit during Batman Returns because it was so dark.
Right.
So because of that dip, I mean, granted, Batman Returns still made a lot of money. It just didn't make what they wanted. So that's kind of why they had to tonally shift.
You know what this is like? Weird comparison. This is like the WWE going from the Attitude Era to the PG era.
Right.
Since it's the three of us, I'm just going to bring up wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim's out fighting a cold.
But
right
this is, it's depressing.
now. It is depressing.
It's depressing that someone makes something that's a little bit more mature,
Yeah.
a little bit more risque. I will
And
not
it's-
say that the WWE Attitude Era is mature in any way.
Oh, it's definitely not
It has
that.
mature content, but it's not mature.
It's definitely not mature. It's
But
mature like
it's
how
just,
porn is.
It's just sad
mature.
that Tim Burton tries to do something that's a little bit more complicated.
All right,
And it's like, let's not just
Yeah.
have this
Let's
be...
just stop this nonsense.
No.
Family
He's
film.
making a good comparison.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You were out.
Fuck you. Go back out there
Yeah.
and
Why don't you go?
sneeze.
Why don't you go sneeze in the kitchen some more?
Anyway, you know what I'm saying.
This,
No,
this
I
round
completely
table
agree.
has become a triangle.
It's just that dramatic shift. People can't.
No, it's a shame that
people can't.
they don't stick to their guns
Yeah.
and just go with it. It really is a shame. But however, in retrospect, if we don't get Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, we don't get to Batman Begins and we don't get
Here's
to
the
the
other
Dark
thing,
Knight.
though.
Yeah.
The Batman animated series is quite good.
It's an incredible.
And that's for children.
That's actually why I hate that Gotham
So-
exists.
so you-
The show.
So you can make
Gotham's
something
great.
good for children that's not...
People can tout how great it is all they want, but it's not. Just make Batman the animated series in live action,
Right.
and that's a fucking hit.
Right.
But there was a conscious, like there was a reason behind all that, where they were like, we want to make a mature cartoon
But
for
it is for
children.
kids, nonetheless.
It is for kids,
Right.
Yeah.
and it was like
Does
they
that balance
Put it
act?
at 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday through Friday, and who's watching TV at that time? It's fucking kids.
Kids.
So it was clearly geared for kids, but like,
Well, it's initially started at 7 a.m. Well, 7 p.m.
Right. Yeah.
It was initially a primetime show.
It was on
Right.
Fox.
So
The
but there
first
was,
two
but for a long time
Yeah.
they were like,
first like season was on Fox.
What I'm saying is, it was a discussion. They were like, we want to make a mature Batman show for kids. I don't know why, but I'm fucking happy that happened. Mm-hmm. It's a great show.
Well, I think they look at the art style. They
It's
look at-
still a great show.
Yeah.
They look at the art, the noir art style, and yeah, I'm still finding it cold. Sorry, guys. But they looked at the noir art style and said, you know what?
Suck it in, man. You're doing a radio show.
I'm doing a good job here.
Radio show.
Radio.
Good job, radio. No, but
Is that your new radio voice?
It's my radio voice. But they did a good job of saying, like, oh, you know, what we're going to do is we're going to make this art style simplistic enough for kids to draw, but Art Deco enough for people to say, this is Art Deco. So adults were saying, like, oh, this is great, it's fantastic, it's a good series, but then kids were able to draw it. And
Yeah.
that's really I feel like that's really what it comes down to. Like, any kid could draw the Bruce Timm
Bruce Timm.
Batman. Any kid can draw it. Mm-hmm. But every adult can
I
talk about the
can't.
stories. Well, I mean, like, I'm talking about, like, you
As
know,
an adult.
yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm just saying.
I'm a
in-
left-handed
in
person.
In terms of, like, you know, like,
It's hard for me
that
to
means
draw.
you're an artist. You know? But the Bruce Timm Batman series is a series that will live on forever, and it's still going on today.
Yeah.
The Harley Quinn and Batman movie, or Batman and Harley Quinn movie, is still a part of that universe.
That's actually not a bad one.
Yeah.
Either. I
Yeah.
watched that recently.
It's really good.
Definitely didn't overstay it.
So it didn't overstay its welcome. What did overstay its welcome, though?
What's the Batman movies?
No, Lost.
Oh, Lost.
Lost.
I mean, Lost failed immediately.
Fail.
Like Heroes.
Was
that's
it
another one.
was it third or fourth season when it started to kind of just
Second season hit the third. I think the second or third season.
Well, you don't like Heroes either.
They're just ripping through them. Lost, Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any fucking show that channel made.
No, well, no, that was NBC and ABC.
ABC.
Yeah. ABC had Lost.
Crocodiles, alligators.
Yeah, ABC had Lost. And,
Apples and oranges.
I think Lost season 3 was the abbreviated one because of the writer's strike.
Right.
Both were fucked by the writer's strike.
yeah.
Because Heroes season 2 came.
They had a really good
Right in
story
there.
set up. They had a really good story
Yeah.
set up for season 2 of Heroes.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
But I feel like both of those shows fall into the category of being fucked by the writer's strike, which they should have fucked them.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. But shows that actually were around for too long. I'm gonna say this one, and I don't know if everyone's gonna agree with me, but I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
Dexter.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You think Dexter got fucked by the writer's strike?
No, I think Dexter got stayed
No,
too long.
it just stopped.
It
Yeah.
just stayed
Oh
too
no,
long.
yeah,
It just sucked
it stayed way
after
too
a
It was
while.
just too long, man. It was like
Yeah.
after Rita died. Spoilers.
Dude, spoilers!
The
Spoilers.
show's been over for like 7 years. Like, get over
Yeah,
it.
but after Rita died, and then the whole Trinity Killer
Yeah.
series, it was like, yeah, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? And they kept
They
rolling
just-
it on,
they wrote
rolling it
themselves
on,
into a
rolling
corner,
it on.
man.
It was just garbage.
That's what it was. It
Yeah.
just, oh, God.
What about The Walking Dead? That's still fucking going.
It's still going. That's a tough one, man, because
Andrew Lincoln's leaving too.
yeah, Andrew Lincoln's done.
And that's when it way overstayed its welcome. What we were saying
Yeah,
earlier.
Absolutely. When your main star leaves,
Office.
Main star leaves.
70
wrap
show?
It up. Wrap it up.
Wrap
Wrap it
that
up.
shit up.
It's over.
I don't
Yep.
know if the 70 show is a great example of this.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a great example of it because
Yeah,
It
man,
had no sense.
how much longer did it last after he left?
there was one more season,
that's it.
and
made
apparently
no sense.
ratings nosedived after that.
But it made no sense because like after like Foreman leaves, everyone's still in Foreman's house, and
Yeah, they're still
like,
in his
what
parents'
the fuck
house.
is happening?
Yeah.
Right. Saved by the Bell.
Hold on, no,
Save the bell.
I can-
I
The
completely
college
disagree.
years.
I completely
Yeah.
disagree. That show should still be on.
I
mean-
Mark Gosling to still be playing Zach Morris.
There
Yeah,
wa-
freezing time and shit. I'm
Have you
all
ever
about
actually
that.
listened to that guy talk? He did like the Nerdist podcast a while back, and he's fucking hilarious, dude.
He's great.
He really is.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he doesn't get more breaks because every show he's on just fails. It's terrible.
No, he was on the USA show for a while. wasn't he?
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
the
that was
most
one.
successful thing he's had, other than Saved by the
Yeah.
Bell, where they got paid absolutely nothing.
Well, going back to Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
I don't mean to
Walking Dead.
backtrack. I just want to make this point. A lot of people hate season 2. The season 2 was the one where they're on the farm.
Yeah.
I actually didn't hate that season.
I love that season a lot.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah,
it.
They
I
did
actually
a
like.
lot with
All right,
Little.
well, here's an interesting thing, John.
did a lot
What do you
with
think
what?
about season
Little.
2?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Or, did you watch it?
No.
You don't watch it.
I watched season 1 and I was like, no.
You were like, I'm done.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
So, 3 out of the 4 people watch season 2.
Mm-hmm.
We love it, but
Yeah.
generally people dislike season 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're freaks. We're outliers.
I think that's the we're the exception to the rule here.
Yeah.
fair.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We're the exception to almost every rule.
to every fucking rule, right, John?
Every rule.
Right, socks.
Yeah,
Sucks.
See,
Once again,
What?
going back to it, was it Hanes? Under Armour?
What does the brand matter? Because
I
do
just-
you want to buy?
I feel like it's a thing.
No, it's.
I feel like it just makes a thing of a thing.
You got to go to the store. You got to test out the durability, the flexibility. There are a lot of things to consider. It's
Once
not
again,
just
going
about
back to that
brand.
whole thing, I didn't want you to answer that at all.
When do you guys think The Walking Dead jumped the shark?
Right
Season
away.
2.
John says immediately.
Yeah, right away.
This is season 2.
I think it was around season 4 because when they went, because once Michonne showed up and then they went to what the fuck was it, Alexandria or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Then the story just started getting way too divided. See, so this is the problem. It's kind of the same problem with Lost.
Ooh.
The thing is,
overcomplication
because there's nothing left to do. They're all stuck on the island. So, and they've all sorted out their bullshit. So then what happens? Then they introduce the fucking the
outside of the island.
The
others.
The others.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like they just keep trying to add all these story elements to complicate everything, and it just doesn't.
Just to keep that hook.
Just to keep the hook, right?
Yeah.
I'll agree with you that I said end of season 2, but you're right. It's like season 3 and 4 are a mishmash because like they go to the prison, they fight for the prison, they get in the prison, they leave the prison, they go back to the prison, and the whole thing is just really kind of just like it keeps going on.
It just keeps
it's just
going.
a vicious circle.
And
Yeah.
I'm so surprised. I'm so shocked that they ended up doing a spin-off.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good actually.
I hear it's really good, but I'm saying,
really good.
but here's the thing. It's just like, why didn't you guys just put that in the regular series?
You couldn't.
Well, they're crossing it, right? They're crossing it.
They're crossing over now.
Yeah.
Crossing the streams.
Yeah, because it takes place prior. It
Yeah.
starts prior to the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that they did a good job with Fear the Walking Dead because it's the part of the zombie apocalypse that you want to see, and the part you want to see is the fall of humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, the breakdown.
You know, the breakdown. And I think Walking Dead has been so soaked in just like, I really miss just Rick. You know, like
I miss the government.
Yeah, it's like things. She's like
Things naturally people would say.
I just really miss. Oh man, I miss cheese.
That
You know,
show
like-
that show suffers because there's too many characters, and not all the characters are interesting enough to merit their own story, but they have their own story.
Yeah.
And we have to just sit through them, and it didn't do anything for me to keep me invested. I don't care about anyone else.
Yeah.
Other than like Rick, and
Rick!
Maggie, Glenn, who got brutally fucking murdered. Spoiler.
Carl!
Maggie's alive. What are you talking about?
No, I just meant she's one of the characters I did care about.
Right.
But it's just like they don't expand on them anymore because there's nothing left to tell.
Yeah, what else are you going to say about
So
this
they
person?
just keep introducing all these new characters that are not interesting at all. Some of them are, I guess, but not interesting enough.
Yeah, I could totally. I always felt that. I always told a bunch of my friends that it could have ended. I think it's the middle of season 2.
Okay.
When they find Carol's daughter.
Yeah.
And I was kind of at that point for me, the show was kind of done.
Man,
I was like, well, this is it. This is the fucking zombie apocalypse.
Right.
This is The Walking Dead. This is the thing you got to deal with. And it pretty much wrapped up what the whole show was. Right
Absolutely.
then and there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big like.
Rick.
Can't protect him, Rick.
Can't protect Rick.
And then he becomes Punisher, and he's like, "You can't protect him, Red."
I can protect him. I'll kill him.
You got a broken wife, Rick. You got your son.
I was deep inside that, yo.
Jesus, what an asshole that guy was, right?
Seriously.
He was
Holy
great.
shit.
Sorry.
Shane was great.
I'm off to the side right now, guys, but I'm just saying.
Love you, Johnny Bernthal.
Can't protect him, Rick.
But no, dude, no, you're right though. Like that episode was such a big deal. That really showed you like the horror of it when they actually make it a child.
Yeah, this little kid that's part of their group.
Part of the group.
And you're emotionally invested. And then they're like, well, shit, we got to kill her.
Yeah.
We got to put her down.
Well, yeah.
And then that's like, for
the
me, that's the
inevitability
show.
of it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That we've seen the fall of humanity, and from that point on, what do we get to see? We get to see, everyone who survived is terrible. Mm-hmm. And everyone is just a savage now.
Yeah, you kind of become a piece of shit, and then
you keep coming across these people, these groups of people that are just like all awful. It's like, okay, we get it. Everyone's a monster.
Yeah.
We had one more thing on this list.
What do we got?
I think we
Several,
should briefly
actually.
discuss.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's several, actually.
Well, there was one more thing that you wanted on this list,
What?
and I know why, but I also think it's weird.
What?
Star Trek.
Oh, fuck me.
We did talk about.
We did
Star
talk
Trek,
about
didn't
Star
we?
No, we did. I said.
What
Star
else
Trek-
we got?
I
No,
said.
he had
I
it on
know,
his list
I
as
said
the thing that's
it
overstated.
stayed too long. Yeah.
Oh, the series.
This series, and it wasn't Star Trek, the original series, or Next Generation. It was just the idea of the
Deep
franchise.
Space Nine?
No, just the idea of the franchise. The franchise.
Oh, yeah.
It was a franchise that was like has been around since what, like 65, 66, whatever it
long
was.
time.
Yeah.
It's been around, and yeah, I know. Like in the late '60s, it kind of dipped because no one gave a shit, and it kind of came back in. Was it reruns? And everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's syndication! It's amazing."
Yeah.
But it's a franchise that should have had a really long break. Really, because and it did. It kind of it's weird because
How long of a break?
well, it's odd. It's an odd thing to say because like
It's
it had,
not.
It had a really massive break between the original series and Next Generation. That's a massive break.
Yeah,
Because
but
like,
then there was a slew of shows.
that's what I'm saying. There was a slew of shows.
How many
afterwards.
years was it between Next Generation?
Oh my god, like 20 years. Because it was like I think
Like 20 years?
Yeah, it was
Jesus.
20 years. Because it was
That's a break.
It was a massive break. But then after that break, it was just show after show after show after
Yeah.
show after show after. Because it was what 60 something was the third season of Star Trek.
Yeah.
And then 91
Here's my
was Next
question.
Generation.
Here's my question for you.
Yeah.
After the Next Generation, and there was like all these different like shows popping up about Star Trek.
Yeah.
Was it different channels, or is it just one channel that?
Well, they were
kept-
all syndicated. That's the thing. They're all syndicated shows.
Okay.
Nobody owned those. Well, I could be wrong about that. Somebody might yell at me about this.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they were syndicated shows.
We don't fact check on this.
We don't actually. We don't. Well, actually, that's not true because
We
do-
fact check
We
when
do.
Google stuff. That's not really.
We don't
fact
really fact check.
We'll
do
Google
like
when we're not too drunk to Google.
We reference, but we don't fact
Yeah.
check.
Well, the point is though,
we do a soft research.
they basically had. At one point, it was yes, true. At one point, it was. That's true. At one point, they had Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. For a minute, Voyager and Enterprise on at the same time. Anyway, my point is that it was just on for too fucking long.
Yeah.
And then Enterprise did its thing and had weird success or whatever, or not. And then JJ came in and made his own movies. And I guess my point is that it's
John
like,
is shaking his head right now.
he really
I
is.
just don't. I don't like
Come on.
J.J. Abrams.
I love J.J.
I don't like JJ either.
I don't like
Really?
No.
You guys- I love JJ.
I don't care for him.
Enough of the lens flare. Like Jesus.
Well,
Christ.
besides the lens flare.
Yeah.
He loves it.
No, but it's distracting. It's in like every shot. It's
He's
like,
blinded. He's trying to blind you.
I'm not gonna shit on him like how Jim shits on some directors.
Ryan
But,
Johnson?
yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Just one.
You know, I
Just
made,
one.
Like, a conscious
Just
effort-
one.
just the one.
I made
Just
a conscious
one.
effort not to bring up Star
his-
Wars.
Babyface
That was on
making
purpose.
weird things.
That was on purpose, and then
mean-
you said something, and now here we go.
But yeah, but we're talking about Star Trek.
Well, Star Trek. And Star Trek, I'm not saying that any of the
It's
series
like
are
red
bad.
versus blue right now.
However,
It's always. However, no,
The Last Jedi was a great motion picture.
Alright, I'm triggered
no.
and I'm
And it's-
shaking.
here we go though.
I can
now
feel it in my bowels.
is now
How much
is,
I hate you.
has Star Wars now become a franchise that has overstayed its welcome?
Yes.
No,
Because of Ryan Johnson.
Not yet.
no.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
definitely.
overstay
It's on its
welcome
way.
because it's
Definitely.
not. It's never really bad. All right, other than Last Jedi though.
Thank you.
Are there bad Star Wars
Thank you.
movies?
No,
I like.
I mean,
The Last Jedi.
aside
You like
from
The
the
Last Jedi?
prequels,
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I don't.
You like Last
I don't.
Jedi?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Have we?
Yeah.
I hate you.
When it
We,
first
we
came out.
actually did this. Yeah.
yeah,
Like I don't mind it either.
I don't mind
I
it
mean,
either.
One of these days we just.
It's just
No,
bad.
Fuck it, we're talking about the Last Jedi.
Alright,
Let's
fuck
just
it.
get
We're gonna do it.
Let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
Let's get it out of the way.
It's relevant to the
Fine.
conversation.
Yeah,
It is.
fine.
Yeah.
But let's not get too into it. Jim.
I'm just saying.
Whatever, man. No, not that into it. Not that into it.
Disney and
You've heard me go really deep
Yeah, it
into
gets-
it.
it
and
gets weird.
dark.
Disney and Lucasfilm have a fucking Star Wars movie every goddamn year now. You know?
on purpose.
Two sometimes.
Yeah.
You
It's
know.
alright.
No, and that's okay. I'm okay with it, but you know, Last Jedi kind of soured me a little bit.
No, Last Jedi was good.
It was not good.
No, it was good.
I enjoyed it. It was not good.
I'm walking away from this.
It's good.
And then there, and then there,
I'm back.
This is your time to shine.
Yeah, man.
My ass is
and then there was Solo. Oh, God. Sound
We
engineer.
need a sound engineer. in here.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hey, no, I need my junior sound engineer in here, Jim.
Go.
Can you stop moving around and just fucking put the books there
Sorry.
and sit in the chair?
That's really my fault. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we know. We all know.
I'm sorry.
Did
Now the audience knows.
Everyone knows. I'm so sorry, guys. Give me one second.
Jamie, John,
Jewel go.
Yes.
did you guys see Solo?
I saw Solo.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I thought it was a competently made movie, but it didn't keep me excited about Star Wars. Like, and even the end of The Last Jedi, I was kind of, it doesn't do anything. Didn't care.
Yeah.
And that's not how I want to feel when I see a Star Wars movie. I want to be excited.
Here's the thing. There were 3 really great films.
Yeah.
Then a long time passed. Then there were 3 terrible films. And then some time passed. And now it's kind of like, and now wait a second, and now
Let
it's
him
kind of
finish.
like hit or miss.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
You're right.
Hit or miss is not that bad.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is now.
All right. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let me slide into place.
No,
real
you
quick.
like Rogue One, don't you?
I do.
You
I
can
did.
tell me that Rogue One is better than Last Jedi. Rogue One,
Yeah.
which is not fun.
Rogue One is
It's
a fan
depressing
film.
as fuck.
Yeah.
It's not well written.
Okay. I'm gonna say.
It's hard. It's hard to sit through.
It's nothing.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say episode 1's better than episode 8. Done.
Well, before we
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
episode 1 is better than
One is
episode
better
8.
than episode
Yeah.
8.
Well, before we continue on with this, I just got to say that me and John saw Rogue One in the theaters, and they ran out of chairs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you remember
True
this?
story. This is a true story.
This is a real story. So they gave us like these like the foldable chairs, and we sat wherever we wanted. It was fucking great.
No, we sat in the handicap section. Actually.
Yeah.
The section where normally a person on a wheelchair would sit. That's where
Yeah,
sat.
we were special kids that
Well,
day.
clearly nobody in a wheelchair needed it.
Well, they did, but then they saw us and they were like, "Well, I guess I'll catch the next showing."
Yeah, they're like,
And we were like,
Right.
damn, these guys need it.
Well.
No, that didn't happen. We appreciate the handicap.
I thoroughly enjoyed
come
Rogue
on.
One.
Postcast.
I thoroughly enjoyed Rogue One, but I honestly think it was mostly just that was the one film where it was like the nostalgia factor, where it was just a fan
The
film.
last 5 minutes. Yeah.
And the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Vader,
that's what it is.
just completely massacring
yeah,
all
that's
those
true,
rebel soldiers.
All right. So I'm gonna go with my rant. And it's,
About what, The Last Jedi?
no, just Star Wars in general.
Do you just want to go like straight up monologue in Last Jedi and just get it over with?
Want to do it?
Yeah, just do it.
Can I do it?
Yeah,
Go
just
for
do
it.
Can I do it?
Yeah, you got it.
You have the
Yeah.
platform. Go for
Yeah.
it.
Platform?
It's all
Do I
yours,
got
man.
it?
You have the floor.
Lean in.
Okay. I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna do the whole thing like this.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Don't do it like that.
Oh, you're like doing it like
Just
that?
your
Okay.
regular voice.
Okay, fine.
You know what you should do? You should do NPR style, but like filled with rage.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what that sounds like.
Do like the quiet. Like
What does it sound
NPR.
like?
it's like a.
Do they have rage?
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today announced a deal with the Palestinians to
Is that
reinstitute
rage?
the 1968
No, that's
borders.
he's describing what
That's
NPR does.
NPR.
What's the rage?
But you got to do the quiet rage.
I'm saying do the NPR voice,
Okay.
but with all the stuff that you're gonna say.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
quiet rage.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it sound like though? I can't mimic something I don't know.
You just
'Cause they
kind of
don't
have
It
a
would, be
rage.
like, it would be like, I fucking hate Ryan Johnson.
Dude,
Every time I see a photo of him, I want to punch him right in the face.
Golf voice, dude.
There are 30.
Golf boys. Oh, I got it.
Yeah, golf.
Oh, okay.
And then just
okay.
talk about how you wanna kill
NPR
Ryan
slash golf
Johnson.
boys. Okay. No, my rant needs to be very short. Very short.
No, it's not.
It won't be.
Well, you're getting timed.
the literal definition.
I thought you were talking. I'm like, that's fine.
The
That's fine.
literal
That's
definition
really
of
fair.
of a
Actually,
rant is that it's not short.
that's totally fair if you time it. No. Okay. So I hated. Can you time it? Actually,
You want me to time you?
you should time it.
All right. How much should I time him, guys?
Shoot me 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Actually, no, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes is fair enough.
Okay.
That's more than long enough.
All right, he's got 3 minutes. Here we go.
3 minutes.
And go.
All right, so I'm going to start off my rant, my 3-minute rant, with the fact that I love taking the sock.
John's pulled the sock.
Why do you have a sock?
Full circle.
Anyway, so my rant begins and ends with Ryan Johnson. I think episode 8 is a flawed movie that could have been really good. It has everything that it needed to be a really good movie, but there's so many inconsistencies and really random thoughts. It seems like a first draft, and that's the concerning part about the movie, because overall it doesn't feel like a complete film, but at the end it feels like a summation of the Star Wars franchise, and that becomes a problem because at the end of the movie you don't really give a shit whether or not what happens to the rebellion slash what is it?
The rebellion. Oh, the Rebel Alliance versus the
Rebels versus it was
the
Rebels.
Star Destroyers.
Oh, it was Rebels versus Rebels or
Star Killers.
no. It was fuck. I forgot.
No, it was the Resistance.
Resistance. Like Rebels versus Resistance doesn't matter.
No. The Resistance are the rebels.
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't give a shit whether or not it's Rebels or Resistance because they interchange the names the entire time.
Right.
And in the end, it feels like a really spoiled kid who has a lot of Star Wars toys back in the like late 80s, early 90s, and said, "Hey, I'm gonna break all the toys. I'm gonna break all of them, and you can't play with them anymore." And that's the end of that. And that's all you're gonna fucking do. You're gonna play with your Luke Skywalker toys with no legs, and it's it because he's dead. He's dead now. And it's not because he's dead. It's not just because he's dead. It's because, like in the movie, it's not just because he's dead. It's because the way they killed him was so unceremonious and so weird. And the editing of that scene was so fucking terrible because they don't hang on any fucking scene long enough. They don't hang on any moment. Like Luke literally looks at the camera. They cut to behind him, and then he's gone, and it's over. They do the twin sun montage really fast, or not even a montage. I'm sorry. They do the twin sun VFX. Cut to the back of him, he's gone. They move on from the fucking scene. You don't live with the scene at all. That's actually that's my biggest problem of the movie, is the way they killed Luke. And it's not because they killed him, it's because the way they cut that scene. That scene is so poorly cut. It's just basically like somebody saying, yeah, just get it fucking over with, we'll move on.
It undercuts the whole
thing is just
10
garbage.
seconds.
So with my last 10 seconds, it's not because I hate Rian Johnson, it's not because I hate the movie, which I do not like the movie, but I will say that the editing of the scene of Luke Skywalker dying.
Yeah, I gotta disagree. I really like that scene.
I'm gonna kick you in. I'm gonna fucking.
The only problem I had with
you.
the movie was the whole subplot of what's his face.
I have other problems with the movie. I just wanted to specify on that one.
The whole what?
Whole Master Key.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean
The code breaker.
Oh, you mean the plot line that doesn't matter at all?
That goes
That
nowhere.
entire subplot could have been
Yeah.
You mean the fact that the movie doesn't matter except for 20 minutes of it?
I will say this.
Only 20 minutes of the movie matter.
The
Cell phone jokes.
Cell phone
the
jokes.
thing when they're sort of communicating with each other.
Yeah.
He's like showing up
The
in
force
her little room.
the force time.
This connection that the two of them have.
Yeah.
Very steamy.
Very steamy.
Very steamy.
Why?
Yeah.
Because he was shirtless.
No, but that's part of it.
I felt his pants were way
They have
too
an
high.
intense connection, the two of them.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I know we're gonna start to wind down here. I actually do have one more.
Yeah, throw it out there real quick.
I think we could talk about stuff.
Yeah.
The Nightmare on Elm Street.
No. I won't say
Franchise.
that.
Oh, you think it overstayed its welcome?
I
Are
definitely-
we going back?
Yeah, we're going back.
I don't know. Can horror films overstay their welcome? Because
Yes.
you can just keep pumping them out.
You can't. But here's the thing. What's now Halloween is the prime example where they just kind of retcon everything and they're just.
Well,
Which
that's
is
the best
what
part.
that's what I was saying earlier, is that you can get to a point so low,
You only go up again.
yeah, you become
It's
a
fine.
cocoon and then blossom.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
like you just
right.
fucking you fix whatever problems are there, and then you see what happens if people like it, if you still overstay your welcome or not, because who knows if this Halloween movie is going to be good,
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's going to be good.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, it could very well be
It
good.
has the fixins of being good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't
I'm
wait.
very excited about it.
I actually didn't even dislike the Rob
And being
Zombie.
born on Halloween,
Yeah.
it's kind of a thing. Because I've seen every Halloween movie too many times.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
Speaking of all this horror stuff, we definitely got to do a horror episode.
Oh, yeah.
Well, October
That's-
is
guys.
approaching.
It sure is.
We totally
So,
can.
The audience doesn't know. My birthday's on Halloween.
It is.
I was born October 31st.
Yeah.
1984. The year of our Lord.
Hey, yeah,
And,
that must be so much fun for you.
Oh my god, it's so much fun.
You must love it.
Do you want to watch Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Halloween too.
Do you want to get
Oh my
dressed
god.
up?
It's so good to watch Halloween.
Do you want to wear a William Shatner mask?
Oh my god, it's
What the
inside
fuck
out.
are you guys doing?
It's the truth.
I'm sorry.
The actual Halloween mask.
My life.
The actual Michael Myers mask is actually
It's
a William Shatner
Oh, that's great.
costume mask.
But yeah, we should do Halloween for Halloween because why not?
Why not?
Are we gonna go to the movies?
We should.
We could. I saw that movie when they did a
Be 34
re-release.
by the way.
The original
34th
one.
birthday. Birthday
Yeah.
episode.
Birthday episode. Guys, we've overstayed our welcome.
I think we did a good job this week for not over talking.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Oh yeah,
talk
we didn't
a
do
lot.
any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost bad.
We didn't overtalk each other. We didn't have two separate conversations at once.
I mean, we did one. We did.
We had one.
No, we
at some point.
were
Well,
very
you
conscious
guys
of
were,
it.
You guys were murmuring in the background. It wasn't
Yeah.
quite the same.
No.
No, we kind of did one. We're working on it, guys. We're working on it.
Yeah,
we're all
guys,
new
this is a work in progress, so we appreciate your patience
Yeah,
and your
crawling.
contributions to our Patreon.
Crawling before we're walking.
We're really hitting the Patreon hard.
Jesus Christ.
Really hard.
Dude, guys, it's just a joke. It's an in joke. It's
Give
fine.
us money.
It's a joke until it's not a fucking joke.
Oh my god. You'll get access to John's socks.
Like,
No, that's it. No.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on.
His sock story.
Stop the story. So,
about the socks.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to be a Patreon subscriber.
No, we gotta wrap this show up. What's going on?
Try to wrap us out here.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just really curious about these socks.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out more next week, won't we, guys?
Yep.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us this week again on the Postcast podcast.
Round of self-promotion.
Round the table, self-promotion. I am Gavin Bazilar. You can find me on the Instagram, @G_Baz, B-A-Z-Z. Or you can find me on the Twitter, @Gavin_Bazilar, B-A-Z-A-L-A-R. You can find Jamie Blanco.
It's Jamie Blanco. Fuck.
No, it's not.
It's Jamie B 1213. JAIME B 1213.
There we go.
B.
What about you, John?
Google me.
No! Give the fucking answer.
Out there on the internet.
Stop it.
I mean, he's very Googleable.
You can Google. You can Google like sock killer and you'll find him as well.
You will find his picture.
Answers.
Pretty easy to find me.
Please give me an answer.
I'm on Twitter.
At Greenpoint Sock Strangler.
God, that is a great Twitter handle.
Yeah, it's great.
It really is. That's a good one.
At JONNORCROSS on the twit.
On the twit.
Look for me
Nice.
and then Google me.
I love you so much.
And finally,
I'm Jim Chaliz, and you can find me on Instagram at jchaliz, CHALIZ as in zebra. And
You go to j3filmworks.com.
Yep, j3filmworks.com.
yeah,
We have our YouTube on
J,
there.
the number 3,
We have the SoundCloud on there.
filmworks.com. And
No,
you
it's
can
the
also
letter 3. That's the confusion.
the letter,
That's the confusion.
the letter 3.
the letter 3.
The letter 3.
Guys,
that exists.
also do not forget the J3 Filmworks is also on Instagram and on Twitter.
That's right.
So at J3 Filmworks on both of those
Simple.
platforms.
Yep.
Easy.
You can also find us on YouTube at J3 Filmworks if you search J3 Filmworks, right?
Yeah, that works.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Yeah, sure. Search it up. Let us know if you find it.
Let's
It's
tell
true.
them how to find the podcast they're listening to right now.
Oh, right,
Guys,
yeah.
you can go to YouTube and you can type in the Postcast. Or you can go to SoundCloud and you can type in the Postcast.
You totally can.
And then you'll find us.
Or you can go to the Instagram page. You will find the link right there.
Yep.
Also, you'll be able to find us on iTunes very soon.
Very soon. Coming soon. All right, well, guys, that wraps it up for today. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you all next week.
Yeah.
Last Jedi is a great movie.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Peace out.
This is fun.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.